Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of A Really Good Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Josh. I am joined by my partner in crime, the one and only Kay.
Yeah, we don't have our little names up for once. Where's our little names? I don't even turn our little names on.
I usually put this up.
That's what. Listen. All right. Hello, everyone. It has been a whole 2 weeks since we have graced your mobile device, most likely, and or sometimes laptops. And we're here with let's see, we were going to be talking about adult cartoons, right?
One of my favorites.
I was going through and I was writing a list before this because I was like, I don't gonna blank out whenever we get live. So, yeah, I got a few. But yes, I hope everyone's had a wonderful 2 weeks. Josh, how's everything been with you, man?
Well, as you may know, things in Pinfall have been a little
emotional.
A little bit of rocky, but no, it's good. Things are getting back to normal, and I am about to leave for the draft Reality Fantasy Football. That is a week and a half away.
That is
and I will
exciting.
see Will Morgan first time face to face.
Is this really the first time you guys have seen each other face to face? Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. That's so cute.
We've been friends for a year and a half. He's had a huge effect on my life. Never met him face to face.
I feel like somebody needs to be videotaping this moment because that's pretty darn adorable. Why, yes, Facebook user. In fact, if you go up above and click the blue link, and give StreamYard the access to Facebook, we'll see who you are. And yes, it is. It is a movie and TV show. It's a variety of visual media.
Well,
specifically.
On that note, I think we jump right into it. It is time for...
I'm gonna end up making all of my songs like that. April. Yes. Okay. Oh wait, I clicked the wrong one. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. Nice to see you. Speak to you. And let me pull up my little. Wait. Hang on. I got it. Upcoming shows. Here we go. Visual aids. Right. So I actually went a little bit. I don't want to say overboard, but there's a lot of season premieres, and doesn't take a lot of time to get through those. So without further ado, and this actually all managed to fit into the month of August. I'm proud of myself. No weird things going on there. So starting in it's the 9th, there is Reservation Dogs, and I'm really excited about this because the co-creator and executive producer is I butcher his name every time, Taika Waititi. That guy that I always talk about. He did Ragnarok and other stuff like that, but he's awesome. And but it's a half-hour comedy that follows the exploits of 4 indigenous teenagers in rural Oklahoma who steal, rob, and save in order to get to the exotic, mysterious, and faraway land of California. I feel that. The 12th brings us season 8 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine on NBC. And also, this one's might be a little bit
final season.
Is it the final season? It didn't say final season. See, I'm probably not caught up to it.
The only reason I thought so is because I remember Terry Crews posted just a few weeks ago about wrapping shooting for the final season.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you have it. That's, of course, on NBC. Oh, the Reservation Dogs is on FX on Hulu, by the way. I forgot to... Listen, I'll figure this out one of these days. All right, Chrisley Knows Best, season 9 is also coming on the 12th. I know that Pun would be a little excited about that.
Really?
That's all right.
Come on,
it's all right. So am I, and you know what? That's okay. You don't like a lot of my tastes, and that's fine. Listen, so he can't cut me off. Trailer Park Boys is a good show, whether he likes it or not. So there. I remember that from 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah. I will have my review.
I would rather watch Trailer Park Boys than Chrisley Knows Best. Sorry.
I will take that. I'll take that, and I'll hold you to it. All right. So
I'm going to say this right here and now. Since you brought that man up, that man is living the biggest lie ever.
You know,
Ever.
I can't deny that there seems to be some conflicting things going on there. However, him and his wife are awfully adorable. So
Adorable.
regardless of anything,
Don't get me wrong,
but yeah, I feel
he
you.
is gay and she is his bag hag. That's it.
Okay. I have not actually heard that camera, please. Heard the term. That's so learning every day, right? That's what we're here for. Pinfall streams, learning every day. All right, so we've got on the 18th 9 Perfect Strangers, which is including Nicole Kidman and Melissa McCarthy. And it is 9 stressed city dwellers visit a boutique health and wellness resort that promises healing and transformation. The resort's director is a woman on a mission to reinvigorate their tired minds and bodies. It sounds weird. I watched the trailer. It looks really cool. And it's actually by the guy who directed Warm Bodies, which is a really good movie. So I'm kind of excited about that.
I like Warm Bodies. That's a good movie.
And it's on Hulu. And then we've got on the 20th, The Chair at a major university. The first woman of color to become chair tries to meet the dizzying demands and high expectations of a failing English department. And that is one of the stars is Sandra Oh, who was recently in Killing Eve. And that was totally the reason why I was like, this show, I should watch this because I really liked Killing Eve, probably way more than I should have. I don't know what it says about me as a person. And it was directed or is directed by Daniel Gray Longino, which is one of the directors of Pen 15. Also a good show if you guys haven't seen that. That is on Hulu. A fun, awkward middle school, the good old years, right? But The Chair is going to be on Netflix. Walking Dead season 11 premiere. That's so outrageous to say. Of course, AMC is coming out the 22nd. American Horror Story season 10 premiere is coming out the 25th, and it's a 2-parter called Double Feature. And it's going to be, the first part is Red Tide and the second is Death Valley. They were originally supposed to come out last year. So this is how they fixed that. And of course, that's FX. And then finally, also the 25th, Archer season 12 premiere. That's on FXX. And I got most of this stuff from tomsguide.com. So you guys check that out. It's a really good site for these particularly shows. Does good work. But yeah, that's it. That's my upcoming show. You should watch it or not. It's up to you. I don't care. But yeah, Josh, what are you going to be watching this coming month?
What do I have coming out that so my mindset is about to change very shortly, and that is about to be football. So that will be a bigger part of what I'm watching here comes very shortly. But as far as big things coming out that I'm excited to see, you know what? Does anybody keep an eye out on Disney Plus? They're releasing a new show just about every 2 weeks or so. If you haven't checked it out, Disney Plus, Monsters at Work. It is Monsters Inc. And it literally picks up the day after the original movie starts. It follows a monster that has been brought in. He was called in to be a scare. He was selected from the school that they went to, and he shows up on the day that Mike and Sully stopped everything and went to laugh out.
Oh, that's actually really neat. I love when
it's been really good. It's super cute, and with the way they're doing it, I just watched Monsters Inc., and I would say that probably a year has passed from the time that Boo goes back to the end of the movie.
Right.
And so
it's been so long since I watched that.
Totally see them bringing Boo in or making that happen at some point.
That's so cute. That sounds absolutely adorable.
As far as other things I'm watching, Josh is a creature of habit. I tend to watch the same shit over and over and over again. It takes a lot for me to watch. I'll tell you what, I am finally I jumped back into Flash. I'm almost finished with season 4.
I really think I wouldn't mind restarting Flash because I can't deny that I did actually really like that show, and I liked Green Arrow pretty good. But I like Flash.
Green Arrow gets hard to watch.
It does.
Around season 5 or 6, it gets stale. And even with Flash, like I wasn't a big fan of season 3. I don't
remember where I ended up.
I'm watching season 4 now. It's been pretty good. I'm enjoying it. So, and then The problem is I will start a show. I'll get 2, 3, 4 episodes in and then stop watching it and come back to it in a few months. And
I cannot do that. I will 100% forget everything.
It's my ADHD anxiety. I would much rather watch shows that I know exactly are what's going to happen. Like, it makes me comfortable. It makes me feel like a warm blanket.
I mean, that's a thing. That's also, not just the anxiety I've heard with, people with anxiety like to have predictable things, so they tend to watch the same stuff.
I mean, we've said it on this show many times. Let's see how I actually haven't watched West Wing in about 6 months, which has got to be a record for me, honestly.
There you go. All right. So there's a movie related, show related. I have not watched it since that was one of your first recommendations. I think it was your first recommendation, actually. It was good, though, for the couple episodes I watched that you had suggested. But so what I'm hearing, though, is that I should be the host because but in all seriousness, I do watch an absurd amount of TV, somehow fitting it in with the video game.
A ton of TV.
By TV, I mean Hulu.
The girlfriend has had me watching The Goldbergs, which if you have not watched, you need to go watch. Again, secondary awkwardness, all right here. Hardcore.
I've seen the commercials. It looks awkward.
This show gets a little difficult sometimes, but it is one of the cutest, most realistic, sitcom families that I have ever seen. And almost everything that he talks about, he happened in his life growing up in the 80s. And it is a really, really good show. It's super cute. I can't remember her name now, but the lady who plays the mom, she's a smother, and she is so good. So good.
She's a good, she was on Saturday Night Live, wasn't she?
She makes that show, and there's so many great characters in that show, but it's just one of those that, yes, it's heartwarming and usually always ends up well, but you're watching and you're like, oh, this is my fucking family.
Right. You're like, oh, wait, hang on. This seems oddly familiar. But going back to some of these comments, listen, agree to disagree about The Witcher. It is amazing to some people.
I couldn't get through the first, I could not get through the first episode, truly.
I watched the first few episodes. I didn't think it was particularly bad or anything like that. It's just there wasn't anything holding me to it. And I really liked particularly 3. I can't lie, I didn't really play the first 2 a whole lot, but I see Fifth Element. Yes, Fifth Element is a fantastic movie. And these are such, I can see what you're saying, Tyler. Killing Eve and Castle Rock are extremely slow burner shows. For anybody that has not watched those yet, Castle Rock is, of course, the Stephen King thing. Yeah. It is a slow burner, but if you want to be sitting on the edge of your seat, literally screaming in anticipation of something terrible that may or may not happen, right? Those shows are fantastic, right? We were jumping up and down on the bed, facing the wall sometimes, just staring off into the distance because we just couldn't handle the anticipation anymore. But it's really good shows. But yeah. Love The Witcher, played all the games, so love the concept. That's fair. Anxious, suspenseful stuff. Well, that too. Yeah, it is very anxious and suspenseful.
All right. My turn.
God. Sounded like a gavel. Order!
The
podcast.
So I've got to find a better way to find entertainment news because I don't have a great way of finding it, and it's all over the place. Or I need to start recording it as I see it. You know what? Stop. But one thing I did want to talk about, and actually I'm glad he popped in here at this very moment because this man is going to be great to talk about this subject with. And that is Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney over the streaming issues with Disney Plus. So I'm going to bring him on right now because this is his boo right here. Mr. Morgan is in the building, if you will, baby.
Oh my goodness, if you will, baby, if you will. Y'all tell my girl Scarlett Johansson, so I got to be on here, had to be on here. Oh my gosh, Scarlett Johansson, baby. Woo!
That's some
Let's
crazy
go.
stuff going on with her.
Let's go.
Just break it down for us, Will. I've seen you've been posting a lot of stuff about it. You've been following it.
Thing with Scarlett, I believe she's in the right. If that was indeed within her contract, no matter how much the amount of money is, Disney needs to honor that contract. That's the first thing. Second thing, you talk about the House of Mouth. They got the money. They got it.
Right.
I mean, you can't tell me they don't have it. That's number one. And second, even if you settle, because the rumor amount that she lost was $50 million. So if you settle for 2025, you're good to go. But I think she's doing this because it is her last run with the MCU. And I don't think we'll see her again. I think after this movie, we're going to see more of Yelena in this. Rather than Scarlett. I mean, yeah, you got the multiverse coming, but I think she's done. That's why she's trying to get this last payday before she rolls
I
off.
mean,
That makes sense.
her is leading to. I mean, you're hearing a lot that Emma Stone is about to sue too.
I just saw
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
And see, that's my thing too, because now if it was just her, okay, maybe you can dispute it. But when you got somebody else in the
Right.
same predicament, yeah, that's fishy. That's fishy.
I mean, I don't know if they'll be the only ones. The Rock's Jungle Cruise came out this weekend. It went straight to Disney Plus too. I don't know. I mean, I don't necessarily see The Rock as the type to sue over money, especially being one of the highest paid actors in the world.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But I tend to agree with this because
I agree, but if you want to get this over with,
Yeah,
if this is a
because-
blackout with Disney, I would.
unfortunately, no matter what, ScarJo's going to come out looking bad on this because of
Yep.
people's love for Disney.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't matter how evil the corporation can be sometimes. Like, if she drags this on, she will come out looking bad. So she would be good to settle, even though she's in the right. Because this is the thing. Disney's going to try and claim COVID. That COVID made them do this, all of that.
Mhm.
But
Right.
they could have held it back from Plus for 2 weeks.
Right.
They
Right.
could have done a lot of
Right,
things.
right.
I mean, they've
Let-
staggered theater releases before. Like, why could they do that with the streaming? Like, that's ridiculous.
And I think it's gonna premiere completely as part of the regular package, either October 8th or the 9th.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's normal. That's normal.
Man, that's
It's
normal
usually
stuff.
It's usually about 2 months that it's in the premium,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll drop off and go, and then just stay on there.
Right.
And I mean, all honesty here, I still don't pay for it. That's what Plex is for.
Well, I don't pay for it either. I don't pay for it either. My sister got my back. My baby sister got my
what Plex is for, and I watched Cruella the day it came out for free.
my baby sister got my Disney
yeah,
Plus. So we
that's-
cool.
Pun. I can't deny that I'm totally stealing puns. And also, so speaking of Disney Plus, it's totally a kid's show, but it's cute. The Mysterious Benedict Society, based off of the books. Super good show, surprisingly enough. I just happened to it popped up. I said yes, but
Man, how you gonna have Disney? Man, did the Weekenders ever make Disney Plus?
I haven't looked through.
How you gonna have Disney Plus without the Weekenders? Come on, man.
That's fair.
Come on,
I don't
bro.
know. There's a lot
Come
of
on,
stuff
bro.
with Disney Plus that's very questionable, to say
Yeah,
the least.
Yeah, I agree.
and but Scarlett's gonna look
Disney
but Scarlett's gonna look bad either way because she's doing all this during COVID. So, and I got attacked a little bit on social media for it. My people coming at me saying, "Do you know what the amount of money she's suing for can do for regular people who need help?" But my thing is, you're in the business of goods and services, and when you do something, that contract needs to be honored regardless.
Right. Like, I mean, there's a lot of, okay, I do get that, like, actors into Hollywood and everything is paid a obtuse amount more than other people, but it's not like they don't do, whatever they do to get there, right? It's not like they're
Right.
just like, all right, well, just give me this 20 mil for nothing. Like, everyone can agree. she does awesome. People love the movies. They love to watch the stuff that comes from her. So it's not like I'm not going to put a dollar sign on it, but it isn't really. They should have talked about it in regards to Corona, right? Like they shouldn't have just been like, okay, let's do this. They could have come to some kind of agreement about it. That's just really. It's upsetting when somebody just assumes that they can just run over someone and not actually have to be held accountable for it. And that's just, especially a huge corporation like Disney.
No, good and well Disney got that. They know they got that money, man. Give it to her, man.
So,
I mean, we know he's still, cryogenically frozen anyway. So like they got money to run his little machine. They got money to pay her. Jeez.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
So that's really all I have as far as entertainment news this week. That's been a lot of what's being talked about. My other couple of things is I don't know if anybody here is as big of a Kevin Smith fan as I am, but Clerks 3 started filming this week. They started principal photography yesterday on his birthday. Happy birthday, Kevin.
Oh, happy birthday.
I'm super excited for this. I love me some Kevin Smith. The man, to me, as far as his own creation, cannot make a bad movie. Cannot.
No.
So I'm super excited for this. And I'm hoping, I don't know. Okay, so I saw this on Facebook. Imagine he decides to do a Dogma 2. And he wants to put Lucifer in it. Play it. And the person that this page said, I don't think you could do any better. Hugh fucking Laurie.
That would be adorable. Especially if they could get Alanis to come back, right? Like them side by side would be so cute. Like, that's a great idea.
I like that.
There's no one better. There's no one better
on the line right now.
Especially since we've lost Alan Rickman, so he's not going to be in it. Always.
Rest in peace, man.
Oh, yes, Facebook user. Yes. Do not have Kevin Smith's abilities.
Nope.
And anybody who shits on the new He-Man, fuck off.
Hold on. Whoa. We can't go there. We can't do that because that's bait and switch. That's bait and switch.
But
the reason why I say that is because you advertised it as He-Man and then you switched it mid first episode to Teela. That's kind of disrespectful.
But if you go and finish it, he didn't bait and switch. It goes back.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying you didn't know that at the time.
He kept up to exactly what he said.
But you didn't know that you got to the end. You didn't know that you got to the end. And did you stay that long? You did.
But people who haven't watched the whole thing shouldn't be talking shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, if it starts out with He-Man dying and Skeletor dying and Teela's up in there, particularly this is a different Teela because Teela in the original was nowhere near this Teela, nowhere near it. And if you didn't stick around for the whole thing, that's how you felt. Now, if you actually stuck with it, then I'm with you.
But yeah, you shouldn't be talking shit if you haven't watched the whole thing. You shouldn't be keyboard warring it up if you haven't watched the whole thing.
Nobody should be keyboard warring. Wait. Michael Keaton is Lucifer. That's a really good suggestion.
No, Michael Keaton doesn't need to be doing nothing but giving me my Bruce Wayne in Batman Beyond. That's all he needs to do.
That's all he needs to do.
That's
my Bruce Wayne.
That's all he needs to do.
Batman Beyond. We are so close. He is going to be playing Batman in the new multiverse thing.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
What?
Yes. He's
Flash.
In
Flashpoint.
In the Flashpoint movie they're working on right now.
Yep.
Keaton.
I don't follow this stuff, you guys.
Yep.
Keaton, Bale, Affleck. All three of them are going to be in it.
On the last one. But the first two, particularly Keaton. You know what would have been great if they could have gotten Val Kilmer in there too.
Oh,
see. To me, he was a better Bruce Wayne than Batman, but that's just my opinion.
Who, Kilmer?
Yeah.
You know what? I could see that.
The only reason I say Keaton as Bruce Wayne for Batman Beyond is
he's got his age.
Well, it's the age, and it's the way he's aged. He looks like a Bruce Wayne. He looks like an older Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
But Keaton was the most all-around character.
He was.
He was Bruce Wayne, and he was Batman.
And he kicked ass as both.
Yes,
As both.
like every other person, Bale was a good Batman. He was a terrible Bruce Wayne.
Yup.
I do
I'll even go
not.
right here and say Affleck was a great Bruce Wayne
But a sucky
and a
Batman.
terrible Batman.
Batman.
Can I
Yup.
just say I really,
Agreed.
really hate Bale's Batman voice. I'm sorry. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I
No,
cannot
don't
handle
think that's
because
no.
Did
everyone
Pun just say
else.
that? Did
Because
Pun
every-
just say that?
Get out.
I can defend her for herself. All right. I can say exactly why. Are you guys familiar with Willow?
Yes.
That's why.
Nah.
That's enough said.
Nah.
But yeah, okay. So that was, that was a spirited argument there.
Ooh,
That was a
whoa,
good one.
Tony,
Juicy.
Tony, my man Tony coming up with the truth. My
Well-
guy.
I can't argue. I
My
can't
guy.
argue with that. I can't
My guy.
argue with that. Truly, if they could do it, if they could get away with it, in a Spider-Man movie, give me Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker and give me Tom Holland in the suit, I would be so happy.
Well, you know,
So
all
happy.
three. Well, you know, all three supposed to be in the.
Yeah,
new
they're going to be
Spider-Man.
coming, and yeah, they're even bringing back Topher.
Mhm.
Topher's coming back.
All right.
But no, back to what I was saying. The only thing Michael Keaton needs to be doing is giving me my live action Batman Beyond.
I agree.
I've been wanting that for
I
years.
agree.
We're as close as we've ever come for that to happen.
I agree.
There are so many 90s nerds, 2000 nerds like me that would absolutely drool over that. Real
It's
quick
the-
though, before we go to break, who plays the younger Batman?
Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, who plays Terry McGinnis?
Ooh. He has to be somebody young.
Yeah, it's got to be someone young. He probably needs to have Asian influence because that show kind of hybrid.
It leaned toward the Asian community.
I didn't realize this became
it was a big
the
hero
nerd movie
Yeah,
show.
It became somewhat Asian. I don't know. I'll think about that one.
So
I'll think about that one.
mine,
I will say the OG Batman movies are great, but
Well-
you guys have lost me past anything having to do outside of Batman Begins, Batman Forever, and was it Batman and Robin, right? Yeah.
so real quick though, has
Alicia
anybody ever
Silver-
watched the
Alicia-
1969 Batman?
Yes, and the remake movie. Yes, sir. The remake anime. Yes,
I
remake
don't
cartoon.
know.
Yes.
Tony says Tom Holland.
I don't know if Tom is. I don't know. Nah, I can't go with that.
No.
He's so associated with Spider-Man too.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think it. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan, and it's becoming more and more things where they're in the MCU and the DCU. I'm not a big fan of that. I wish it was more restrictive. Like if you've worked in the MCU, you don't.
You might.
Facebook user, yes.
You might.
Bring them back from the
well,
dead.
You might see. You might see Scarlet do some DCU stuff. You might.
I would love to see Pattinson, but now that he's already playing Batman, I don't think that happens.
Yeah. Let me do this.
That's a tough one for
That's
me.
a crapshoot. It
Like,
really is.
there's so many good actors. They need to be good at. If JDF was 20 years younger,
He's in there. Yep.
if he was 20 years younger, like that is the guy right there. He's got the martial arts background. He's got the attitude, the look, all of it. Like if JDF had a teenage son. So, all right. On that note, we're going to take a first commercial break, and then we're going to come back and talk about our topic of the night, which is adult cartoons. We'll be right back, guys.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
the comment section is giving you some love.
I was gonna say, thanks, guys. Thanks. I worked real hard on that, like a whole couple hours. No, I'm serious though. I did try. I tried for once for you guys.
Yes, and yes, there's no arguing with this comment right here. The man is gorgeous, like gorgeous. He's one of those that has just gotten better with age. Like a
Man,
fine
hey, Amy Jo Johnson's still looking good, boy. Woo, she's still looking good in her 40s. Woo-wee.
Well, they all aged pretty well.
They did. They really
most of
did.
them.
Yeah.
Even man, Bill Yost, Blue Ranger. Woo!
He's still, man. Yeah. And you know the original Black Ranger still crazy as I don't know what. He's still doing those dances, man. He goes to conventions and he does them all.
That's actually awesome.
He does them all.
All right, guys. So it is time. It's time. Where is it? Where? Oh, you know what? Before we'll do it at the end. I want to play a really good game, but we'll do it at the end. All right. So tonight we're talking about one of my favorite topics, and that is the topic of adult cartoons. I don't think we can start this conversation without mentioning the OG right off the top, and that is The Simpsons. If there's no Simpsons,
Agree.
or if there's if there's no Simpsons, there's no Futurama.
Nope.
There's no Family Guy.
Nope.
There's no Adult Swim in general, probably.
No, they're on Fox, right? Like just
Yes,
before
they're
they
on
like.
Fox.
I never saw them on Adult Swim stuff
So,
specifically.
I mean, not even for those shows, but if it's not for Family Guy, Simpsons, Futurama, a lot of the shows on Adult Swim don't even exist.
I mean, a
Like
lot of those shows.
Mr. Rose.
I mean, a lot of those shows, period, don't exist if it's not for them.
Did you see where they predicted on what's his face going to space too? Like everything else, they're always predicting
my
everything.
God.
But they had an episode
I'm
about
telling
him
you,
going to space.
You'll
too.
never convince me that there is not someone on The Simpsons writing staff that is not a fucking time traveler.
That's what I was telling Tyler. I was like, this is where they ended up. This is just somebody from the future that's like, you know what? I'm going to go make a funny adult cartoon. That's what I want to do with my knowledge and experience. But at this point, how is it just it cannot be coincidence.
Boy, if somebody on this panel don't give Rick and Morty some love.
No, I was gonna say. Now, hang on. Now we should have started with what was everyone's favorites, and that would be mine.
Heck yeah.
I love me some Rick and
Actually,
Morty.
that's a good question. So let's go there. Favorite, Kay just answered it. Rick and Morty. Will?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Why have we never talked about this, Will? I didn't know you were a fellow fan.
Mm,
We're such apparently a toxic community. I didn't know that, but hey,
we're terrible.
terrible people.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Why?
Okay, let me
Trust is
rephrase.
yours.
Let me rephrase. I have to be in the right state of mind for Rick and Morty.
Oh, you
Again-
high. Okay.
Again, it
That's to his answer.
secondary.
Oh, we need to make that one too. That should be another one.
Secondary awkwardness is why. It's
Mm.
just that is why. It's a little cringy. It makes me uncomfortable.
It's yes, that's
It's
fair,
funny
but
as
it's not
hell.
as cringy as a
I mean,
lot of shows.
That
It's
makes
funny as
anything
hell.
better.
It's funny
That
as
makes
hell.
anything better.
It's funny as hell.
I've watched that a few times now, and I've got Tyler interested. He enjoys. Another good one that I've not actually watched a lot of the most recent seasons is South Park. That's another older one that's just been around forever, and it's just depending on what time you watched it. I guess there's a lot of people that just watch newer episodes that watch the original, and then I was one of the middle ground ones, the ones that they always showed on TV.
So
But
back in the day, I could do a pretty good cartoon.
I could too
Okay.
back then. I can't really do it now, but back then
Well,
I could
I
too.
could do a pretty
Yeah.
good cartman. And then about 6 or 7 years ago, I was hanging out with some guys, and they were all much younger than me. And I hadn't watched South Park in years at that point. I busted out, and they're like, "That's the old Cartman." I was like, "There's a new Cartman."
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. They've
And
changed.
I have
some.
not watched it. And okay, since we brought up South Park, That show has been trying to get canceled for fucking years.
Right?
They
I love-
literally, the writers have said every season their goal is to get canceled, and they just push the envelope a little more, push the envelope a little more, push the envelope a little more. Their COVID special.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard about it. I heard about it. I heard about it through my oldest boy. Yeah,
I gotta make a note.
man, there's so many of them out there, man. Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is good. Oh wait, Josh, what was your favorite one? You didn't say, did you? I'm sorry, I cut you off with South Park.
My favorite truly is gonna be. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Someone mentioned it.
There you got, man.
Futurama. I love Futurama. To me, Matt Groening is a fucking genius. He is.
He does good. He's got good comedic timing.
Brilliant. He's had his fails, but even his show on Netflix, Unenchanted, hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, if you haven't watched it, Disenchanted is what it's called. Disenchanted. You need to go check that out on Netflix. It's so good.
How about the Boondocks?
I love the Boondocks.
The choice is yours.
I love
the choice is yours.
What I was saying is Matt Groening is a genius, and The Simpsons are amazing. But I loved Futurama because it was almost like a play on a sitcom.
Right.
Like, if you watch it and you watch the characters, they constantly did what I call a sitcom moment when they all just stand in a group and cheer and clap.
Right.
I was like, it's like a cartoon sitcom.
It is. It has wholesome moments in it too, and with everything else.
No one mentioned them yet, but you got a point on that. I ain't gonna say here in front. You got a point on that, Pun. You really do. You really do.
Don't touch the trium. Archer. Yes,
Archer
not
yes.
in this, but Archer season 12 is coming out the 25th of this month, so that to look forward to. That is also a good show. I haven't watched any of the new seasons. I don't even know where I was at on that one, to be honest.
I could never get into
Let me
Archer.
ask you a question. Let me ask you: would you put Samurai Jack in this?
Okay, so Samurai Jack. Also, there's another one too, and that is Danny Phantom.
I love Danny Phantom.
I feel like Danny Phantom skated that line too, and I'm sorry, but Danny Phantom is probably one of the reasons that I am bi. I'm just saying.
Stupid.
I'm just saying.
How about okay? I know one. I know one that everyone here loves, and if you don't love this, get out the room. Harley Quinn.
Where?
Yeah.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, dude,
You
we're
know, I
watching
actually
that
didn't
right
watch
now. We're watching that right now. It is so good.
It's hilarious.
It is
It's
so good.
hilarious.
I want to see them make it live action and put Margot Robbie in that Harley.
In that role, yeah.
Pun, I don't know what's going on. Somebody else was having problems with it. I could tell you that it's checked on my it's always checked, but some videos are like, yeah, we can do permissions, and other videos are like, nah. So if you can't see it, that's okay.
My son just texted me, regular show.
Oh, that's a good one.
watched
That's
it.
a good one. I enjoyed that one. I think Pun likes that one pretty good. The Great North is a kind of recent one. That one's really hilarious.
Man,
Anybody? I did not watch it, but I know it's super popular. Anybody watch BoJack Horseman?
I
I've
watched
seen,
a
like,
little
2
bit of it. I
episodes.
mean, I love Tosh, but I don't actually love the show.
I can't stand Daniel Tosh. So.
I love him so much.
How about
He's
Bob's
such a-
Burgers?
I'm up on the fence about that one. I don't dislike it. I watch it sometimes, but it's not, I don't know. I just don't, I guess, love it as much as everybody else does. It gets a little redundant to me, I guess.
Yes, Robot Chicken shit.
I was gonna say,
Oh, yes, Robot
Chicken. If Robot Chicken doesn't count, I'm out.
Yeah, Robot
Right.
Chicken shit count too. That's
Right.
hilarious.
Anything with celery.
Their rendition of the Teen Titans was funny as crap. Yes.
This right here, Gumball, Adventures of Gumball.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this one. This was one I wanted to bring up because it was not placed as an adult show. It came on 4:00 in the afternoon. It is meant to be a kid's show, but this is one of those shows that it just plays so well to all ages because the writers are so good at making it interesting for kids, but yet putting stuff in there for adults that you're like, holy shit, did they just say that?
I'm sort of kind of telling them my age on this next one, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
Oh,
Boy,
I've heard it, but I never watched
did you mention that?
Ooh,
Space Coast, coast to
the
coast.
coast. Yep. That was the jet too, boy. I remember being a kid, getting the pizza and a soda and just chilling with it.
I love me some Brack.
Yep.
Brack.
Yeah, and he had his own show too.
Yep.
That's
And man, the younger kids don't know what they were missing.
They don't know.
with the Space
They don't know.
Coast to
They don't
coast.
know. They don't know.
A more recent one that's been on Hulu is Solar Opposites, and that's one that's they've got like a dual thing going on there. They've got like a mini world of tidy people that has its own plot, and it's really, I don't know, it's entertaining.
Mr. Gladstone, when are you not?
Yeah, exactly.
And yes.
Oh, my girl Pun did it again. Ooh. Frylock, boy. Frylock.
Meatball, man.
Meatball. He was cool too. Yes, sir.
That's one that I wasn't huge on. The characters are cute,
What?
but the show itself, I don't know.
What?
I know. I get it.
I don't know. The characters are fun, but I don't know.
It was a fun show, but
Now-
it wasn't one that I would normally go like hunting after.
Right. If it was
Now-
on TV, sure. But
Now-
yeah.
Daria.
Oh, love me some dogs.
I'm kind of.
See, that looks like that would be an awkward show. I've not seen it, but I've seen like the art and stuff, and the art looks awkward. How does that not give you this awkward vibe?
Okay, I have not watched it in years, and it's gotten worse as I've gotten older.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What do you-
Maybe.
Why have we not said Beavis and Butthead?
Oh.
That's okay. I was waiting for that one. to
Okay,
come up.
we all have to take a time out for that one because we should have mentioned them up there with Simpsons, like one of the originals.
I watched this video of this girl on TikTok who had somebody comment saying that she looked like one of that said that she looked like Beavis. She's like, first of all, I'm offended because you're right, and second of all, it's Butthead. And she like pulls it down and like has his face behind it. It is uncanny.
my mom sent me one. Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, I love me some
Oh.
Ren and Stimpy.
So okay, I know. Again, this is one of the ones that is
Rocco's
my
Modern
kids
Life.
show.
Oh my gosh.
Courage, right? And then the Cowardly Dog, and the voice actress for Muriel just passed away. So that's really sad. Yeah, there's been so many sad memes with just the two of them like walking away from her grave. It's sad.
Hey, let me ask you this.
What is it? Is it Courage and Scooby-Doo?
Courage and Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo. I want to see it. I want to see that. That's a
I'll watch
crossover.
it. I will literally watch anything Scooby-Doo. I am
Yeah.
a super fan of Scooby-Doo. Like I've watched I've watched every Scooby-Doo wrestling movie they've ever made.
No, they made Scooby-Doo wrestling movies. That's adorable.
Do you remember, and you might not, when Scooby-Doo met Batman and Robin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, the hour-long one when they always brought in the guests like Batman and Robin and Don Knotts.
Yeah, they brought Don in there.
Those were
classics, man. Classic.
This one I have issue with because yes, it is probably an adult show, but it was never meant to be an adult show. It doesn't play in adult times.
No, but the only
Kids
people
show
that care about it today are adults. So
that used to watch it as kids, though.
I just
Fair.
never cared for Sandy.
Pun, yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
boy.
Pun.
Yeah, boy.
That's
Hey.
what was the one?
Ever.
And because of Scooby-Doo, we get Super Saiyan Shaggy.
And
What was the
that-
winter one, Pun? What was the not Zombie Island, but it was the one with the Yeti? What was that one? Oh my god, that was such an old one. Oh, I love that one.
Well, you're trying to look that up.
goes to Ghoul School.
Ghoul School was a
School.
good one.
Yeah.
It wasn't Ghoul School though, but that was also a good one because that's the one where he like. Oh god,
Ghoul
I'm gonna have to
Goes to
Google.
Hollywood was also one of my favorites back in the day.
Man, what about King of the Hill?
King of the Hill is great for me.
Oh,
I tell you.
So I was going to bring this one up a minute ago. It's not necessarily animation; it's claymation, But as far as like me and Will, this was probably a huge part of his childhood because it
You're
was
gonna say
mine.
Wallace and Gromit?
No,
Darn, but you
Celebrity
shouldn't.
Deathmatch.
That was hilarious.
Oh my god, dude! You get
can say-
Clay, Michael
find-
Jackson versus Clay, whoever,
Yep,
and they're literally lighting each other on fire.
Yep. Chopping each other with swords and blades.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Time skews when you're young. I didn't realize
More
that was the
orient,
time thing
man.
of like 20 minutes for an episode. So thank you, Pun.
How about American Dad?
Oh my god, I used to
love
love
me
me some American Dad.
Dad.
Right?
I love- Oh, you brought up King of the Hill. So here's my thing with
Yes.
King of the Hill. Again, I live in Texas. I know so many. I know several Hanks. I know a couple of Boomhauers.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I know a
Boomhauers
few
are a dime a
Bills.
dozen around here.
And I know a dozen Bills. And
Oh,
I'm
thank you,
telling
cuz.
you, I have driven by many a Texas town to see guys standing by the fence line.
Damn. Man, there's another one that we didn't mention that we should have said.
Cyanide and Happiness is totally a YouTube thing, but I'm going to let that one slide because they are absolutely hilarious. And there are some of them that I would have watched probably 20 times and I would watch them again right now. Like they are just quality shorts.
There's one that we didn't know, and I'm kind of shocked that we skipped right past it, Josh. Drawn Together.
Oh,
Bro.
Didn't see that one.
Bro.
you never saw that? Okay, so
Bruh.
All Together was made in the height of reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a cartoon reality TV show, and it was a bunch of past cartoons, like
Betty Boop was
superheroes,
in
all
it.
that stuck in a house like the real world.
Yep.
And
Okay, that's
it was just all this crazy shit.
Wait.
It was so
Betty Boop.
fucked up.
Betty Boop was in that jank, boy. Yes, sir.
No,
Betty Boop.
it was
Oh,
so
that sounds familiar.
fucked
Wait,
up.
I
Like
maybe
the-
seen a little bit of that.
It
God, what
got
is
pretty. It was Comedy Central, so it got pretty raunchy.
Oh, I miss
Yeah,
Comedy
really
Central.
raunchy.
I forgot that existed.
You remember? And that was one that didn't come on during the daytime. It came on at night.
Oh yeah.
No,
When-
nighttime was-
Will, do you remember when Spike TV tried to do animation and we got
we got
Stripperella?
Stripperella. Mm-hmm.
Stripperella with Pam Anderson?
Yep. I remember that.
I have not
remember that.
seen 12-ounce mouse, but I'm going to have to look into that now.
All right. So that's
Cleveland
all the time
show.
we really have for this. We could go.
You know,
on.
Cleveland show was cute, but I can understand why it didn't do as well as it, you know, the
Yeah.
other
Because
shows.
Because
It's not really.
I'm
It's not
sorry.
all- It's just the
but
puns. That's
Right.
all it
No,
is.
It's not even that. But I don't understand why they thought Cleveland needed his own show. To me,
Cleveland was
Quagmire.
he was the least funny
Quagmire.
of all of them.
Or
Quagmire,
Joe,
man.
because I really love Patrick Warburton.
But I understand that too. Like, I get they didn't want to take Quagmire off of Family Guy,
Right.
and to have Cleveland leave wasn't that big of a deal.
That's sad for Cleveland.
I know,
They're
right?
like, you're too boring to stay here, but you suck
The
too much
best
to
part
have
of
your own
Cleveland
show.
is the gimmick of him falling in the bathtub.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
No.
Man, my sister sent me another one, Central Park.
Oh man, I hadn't heard of that one in forever. But, all right,
Dredging in some old ones.
we're gonna take our last commercial break, and then we're gonna come back for a really fast game, and then a couple of reviews. Real quick, I haven't run this by Pun, but I have been watching some old school movies, and I watched the movies we grew up on Netflix about Jurassic Park and Forrest Gump and some other movies. Next, in 2 weeks, K.
I was about to
Yeah, I'm
motherfucking
sorry.
say.
It's been a long fucking day. I slept 3 hours last night. Give me
I
a
was
break.
waiting to see if there was going to be a next week or a music related comment in there.
Boy, you were about to see the last dragon with K boy. Show enough.
Give me a break.
Show enough.
But no, I want to talk about one of the best years in cinema ever, and that is 1994.
Okay, but that's the best year ever, right? Because that was the year I was created. So that was that's the ideal year. That is a
I'm gonna-
Yeah,
great year for
yeah,
everyone.
it is.
I'm gonna
Yeah, it
get
is.
killed on both ends.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, right.
You got hit with the flying butt maneuver, and that been over.
But no, I want to talk about 1994 in specific. I want to talk about two of the greatest movies ever came out that year, and that is Forrest Gump, of course, one of the best movies ever. But underrated because it came out the same year, around the same time. Shawshank Redemption.
That's such a good movie.
Oh, such a great movie. I
always put it
on the fucking map.
Obviously, because prison related, put that in like Green Mile together, right? Which is also a really good movie, right? I don't know what they did with the movies back then, but why was writing so much more passionate? What happened to us? This is the most emotional time to be alive, and you're telling me we can't come up with any good scripts now.
Lazy writing.
You're too late, Tony. We already talked about that.
We're talking about that.
You should have been here. No, I'm kidding.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back for a really fast game. What's
No one pulls up like we do. No one does us like we do. Always go hard with this crew. Welcome to the show, let's make moves. Nothing's gonna stop us, it's not to get rough. Turn the whole room up, it's never enough. Let's go, 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 let's go.
So I realized during that I never talked about the first round of commercials, so I need to go through all of these. But I'm just going to hit the key points. Mic Drop premieres next Tuesday. Me, Pun, talking about all things music. Again, I haven't ran this by her, but I think next week we're going to talk about our musical influences, what got us into music, what we believe is like the most passionate music we listen to. Stuff like that.
You mean not you and Kay next week?
Shut up!
Huh?
Get it! Get it!
And then Sports Report After Dark. If you did not catch episode 1 of that last night, it was great. Tony and Dan are amazing, hilarious, interesting, all of the above. So check that out. To Mondays after the Sports Report at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. You can catch Sports Report After Dark at 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern. And what else? Pitfall Podcast. We came back this past Sunday, had a great interview with Chase Matthews of the Hey Nation. Me and Will have already sat down with Luke Curtis for our interview this Sunday. It was awesome. Me and Will had a great time with him. He was awesome to talk to. It's a great interview, so make sure you check that out on Sunday, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. The last thing I want to mention, Geek Gauntlet. As of this week, Geek Gauntlet will no longer be on Pinball Stream live. It will be airing on Will's Twitch live every Saturday, same time, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and then we'll be on all pinfall platforms Tuesday morning. So,
wait.
Will affiliated in Twitch. Will affiliated. So because of that, we have to just air Geek Gauntlet there
Thank you.
and take it everywhere else.
And I will put.
I've already got mad at him.
Yeah, he got mad at me. I will put a link. I will put a link to my Twitch up in the Geek Gauntlet page as well, so you guys can get it from over there and watch it from there, or we can catch it later.
And Double XP just came back last week too. That is our video game show with me and Pun. And we had an interview last week as it was our final big streamer or small streamer, big dreamer interview. And this week we were maybe going to have Tyler, but he might be on a side quest hiatus, grinding to fight against the level capped boss that we're against. I'm trying to come up with some creative way and I'm really failing, but okay. He might not be here, but he's supposed to be a regular part of this coming season. So everyone, you have that to look forward to. Awesome. Mike, I want to say real quick, thank you for stopping by. I see you in the comments. It's good to see you here. Better late than never, man. I went to everything, to my own funeral.
All right.
Hopefully.
All right, so we don't have a lot of time left, but I love this game, and I'm really excited. So it is time. So, Will, I don't know if you watched last week, but Kay actually beat me 2 weeks ago.
What game?
This is the one where we come up with we get the people in the comments to drop a movie, and we have to end with the letter, or start with the letter it ends with.
The one that we did with Pun.
Kay beat me.
I think I remember.
3 in a row. That's never fucking happened. So, but for today,
I hear the anger.
yeah,
It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's okay.
So,
I'll just heft this heavy, trophy and belt and all this stuff that I got from winning,
So, as always, guys, please drop a movie, TV show in the chat so we can start. I'm gonna make Will start today.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair too.
Damn.
That sounded a little.
I just got it.
I was just meaning in a good way. I heard there's a little pet. Listen here.
Damn.
We're gonna have I see. We're gonna have one of those meetings. I would say Outback, but I mean Outback in the backstage of this. Yeah.
Exactly.
Josh is gonna have to have some words. Mystery Men. All right, Pun.
All right, so we're doing the last letter of the movie.
Last letter of the movie.
And you can do shows.
It can be a TV show. You just have to match it. Let me give me 1 second. I'm pulling up a timer.
So get you one prepared. I guess first one gets that advantage.
Last letter.
Yeah, so starting with an N for you.
All right, you ready, Will?
I'm ready.
Go.
Nancy.
Josh.
Oh, am I going? Why? Shoot. Young Frankenstein.
Wait. Why do I have such a hard time? No, please, brain, stop. Never ending story. Why story?
Will?
I'm doing why?
Why?
Yep.
Oh shoot. Oh wow. Yoshi.
Ooh.
So
Oh shit! Damn it.
I have one. Oh, there's a big one.
In the heat of the night.
In the heat of the
Wow,
night.
that was very okay. Titanic.
We doing T? Terminator.
No, Titanic. So C.
My bad. Country Boy.
Why?
And I did give us 2 minutes since we're doing 3. Fuck. Fucking wise. Yellowstone.
There you go.
Why can't I think of an E? There are E's things. The I. What the E? I stuff. Is there anything that starts with the letter E? What is wrong with my brain? Evenings of I don't know. Why did you have to give me an E? I'm gonna have to Google E movies and shows. I truly can't think of one. Eyes, is that a thing? I'm sticking with it. Eyes.
I'd say no, and I'm even gonna say no because I'm thinking of like 3 right now.
What?
Ever
Give me
After, Enchanted,
Did she?
shit.
See, I didn't. I
ER,
haven't watched either of those.
Okay, so we're on.
Entrapment.
Entrapment. Now that's what I should have fucking known.
Entourage.
You know what? They might be able to. They know what happens on Tuesday nights.
If we're sticking with the letter E, I'm gonna take y'all back to today, Emmanuel.
So this one right here, let me just say, like, I'm not a quiet person at all, and like my friends are in my living room right now with my wife, and I guarantee you they have heard every single word I said, to the point that during our last commercial break, when I was talking about, my wife came in here and said when I was talking about claymation, she thought I was talking about Gumby.
He was just, hey,
great.
Saturday
That's
Night
great.
Gumby was the shit. Eddie Murphy was
But,
the shit.
Hey, Will,
I
we're
don't
talking
know what
about
you
it.
need. I don't know what you possibly could mean there. So, Josh, I think you got that round. Definitely, that's a solid. I'm filing entrapment for E away. Evil Dead. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with my brain?
You can't beat me.
Mike, you should have called me out on that one.
So Will, we were talking about it. We're about to get out of here. We were talking about it in a week and a half. Will, week and a half, face to face.
I'm excited for you guys.
I am. Okay, I am gonna because I'm picking him up at the airport and we're driving straight to Louisiana.
So cute.
So I'm gonna have a sign and I'm gonna record it because
Please record it. I must see it. Are you gonna run jump into his arms?
that's what Dennis wanted us to do.
But I guess it would be better. I don't know how tall you are, Will, but I know that Josh is pretty darn tall. So I guess
He's
you're gonna have to
6'7".
run.
He's 6'7". I'm 6'4".
Will, I didn't know you. Why are you motherfuckers so tall?
Okay, so
You'll have
I don't
to
know
pick
if you
each
realize
other up.
this, but when we started Pinfall, I didn't even realize it, but there was a stipulation to be a tall, big dude. It was, because it was me, Brandon, Gene, and Tommy, and none of us are tiny.
None of us.
I've never asked anybody. Okay, if it, in my defense, I am a half a foot taller than the national average for women. That's nothing to
There you go.
scoff at,
There you
right?
go.
Hey,
There you go.
okay,
There
you
you go.
guys, I may have
There
to
you go.
look up still if I were to
There
beat
you
you
go.
fellers.
There you go.
Y'all some big old fellers, aren't they, Tyler? Good Lord.
Oh, I'm
That's
from
why-
Texas.
that's why
They make it bigger down here. They make them bigger down here.
That's why I can't go to West Virginia. The minute I get off the plane, they're gonna look at me like I'm a deer or something. Get him, boys, get him! Get him, shoot him! Get
Oh my
him!
God!
Hell
Listen,
no.
yeah, there's so we could be stuck on some West Virginia stereotypes for a while, but you know
Hell
what?
No.
on that
minute-
that one.
The minute I
On
get off
that
the
note,
plane, it's a second I gotta jump right back on. Hell no.
On that note, we got a lot coming out from Pinfall. A lot of new shows coming. A lot of new stuff coming. Be on the lookout. Our Twitch is going to be launching very soon. I'm working on a Patreon. We're going to have exclusive content coming to both of those. We're going to be doing a watch party very soon. We got a lot of shit to give away that didn't get given away the last time.
I still have my
Yeah.
member giveaway to do for $250, and we're almost at 300. So now I'm just gonna
Um,
buy more
well-
stuff and just have a huge giveaway.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
So
I can't say
this right here, I'm gonna be giving this away. This was meant for someone, but fuck him. And I'm gonna be giving this away.
I don't
Bobby
know what you
Heenan.
mean. Oh,
Um,
nice.
Geek Gauntlet also
That
has
looks good,
something.
actually.
Geek Gauntlet also has something in the works. It's in progress, so I can't say anything yet. But if it goes through, let's just say we might have an Avenger on the show. And
No,
I'll leave it at that.
That's
that's
so
a big
big.
yeah.
And you're like, I can't say anything, but here's a huge part of it.
And on that note, guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Make sure you are here next week, though. Same time, same place for me and Pun's debut of Drop the Mic podcast. This podcast has literally been in the works for over a year. It was like the second podcast I wanted to launch, and I'm very excited for it to finally fucking be happening. So make sure you check it out. It's going to be fun like this one. It's going to be a lot like this, just us talking about music and things we love. So,
All right,
you never
Dan.
know, these two people might pop on at some point or another.
All right, Dan.
Right.
I see you, Dan. I see you, my brother. Brother Dan.
Thank you
All
guys
right,
so
guys.
much for
Y'all have
watching.
a
We've
great
had so
night,
much
and we'll
fun.
See y'all again very soon.
Later, guys.
Take care.
Peace.